Doesn't matter what's happening around me, I'll rejoice in my brother's prosperity. 'Cause I find contentment in you. Doesn't matter what people say, in spite of what bills I have to pay, I find contentment in you. Knowing you'll
Evening, OneEbonyPlace viewers. It is I, Peter the Great, and I have been blessed with having the pleasure of being with this blessed family, the Anointed Pace sisters. We're going to start off by letting them introduce themselves individually. Starting from my right.
I'm Dwyer Alicia.
Milanda. I'm Phyllis.
June. And Latrice.
Now, as we all know, every week, we try to find something that we want to do for our viewers. So now we're going to flip the script a little bit and go spiritual on everybody. So I'm going to start off by saying, how did the Pace sisters actually develop or come up with the idea of getting into the industry?
My father was a quartet singer. My mother was a soloist in the choir. And she just said one day she was asking us questions, and one would answer high, one answer like in the middle, and I had that low, yes ma'am. She said the Lord say, put them together. They could sing. So we would stand in front of the oven, the stove, and whatever she would say, we would mark her. And that's when my dad said, man, I believe I got my quartet singers. And they started pushing us to sing.
Let's see. Well, for those who don't know, I, Peter the Great, I'm a PK, pastor's child, pastor's kid, whatever you want to know. So I know that a lot of times, those parents try to push you into doing other things. So do y'all feel comfortable enough? Did y'all feel comfortable? I know because a lot of times there is a lot of pressure, going from one aspect to the next. I've had so many renditions of This Little Light of Mine when I was a child. That made me sing all the time. It made me and my brother sing. So I just know that for me, I know, and I'm not in the industry, but I know for you ladies, I know it's kind of a struggle. It's up and down. So explain to the viewers exactly how it's been.
Well, I've been pressured because I wanted to be a fighter.
Be a what? Fighter.
Ali, no, it was fun. I really enjoyed the singing and the traveling and the going out. So I thank God for that push.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with Joe. I think for me, I felt like I didn't have an option because I really wanted to go to college and become a teacher. But when I presented that plan to my father, he was like, no, this is a family ministry. You're going to sing. And I didn't want to do, with being the next to the last child, I didn't want to do what all the others before me were doing or had done. I'm the type, I want to make my own path, I want to make my own way, I want to be doing something different. Mm-hmm. But I am grateful that, whatever. I am grateful that he chose this path for me. And it's just, you kind of get used to it by now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, I've enjoyed it as well, but I do feel like I was pressured because I did present my idea to my dad. And I wanted to be an architect and study psychology also. So it was going to be between the two of creating and drawing buildings and doing that, or studying people and helping people out with their mental problems or whatever. And of course he told me that, girl, you got to be crazy. And I started out playing drums. I didn't start out singing with everyone. I just recently started singing with everyone. But I was playing the drums for about 20, 30 years. Not to tell my age. And I love doing the music thing, and I wanted to go to school and perfect those three things. And it hasn't happened yet, but I did enjoy, I do enjoy singing with my sisters and, traveling and stuff like that. But I did have other goals also. Yeah. I was very pressured. And I didn't present anything to Mother and her daddy. I just had my own plan I was going forth. But I realized that my arms were too short to box with God. You know, so He has a way of bringing us in. Okay, kids and stuff, you know, but to do His will. So thus far, it's been good. But my plan, everybody laughs at this all the time. But I wanted to dance with James Brown. And he's gone. And, you know, I just don't have that opportunity anymore. So I guess God is stuck with me.
Now, I have had the pleasure of finding out a little information about Tyler Perry. And I found out that a lot of his actual road to success has something to do with you already. So I want you to just give us a little small, minor, in-depth, you know, just a footstep to the viewers, because I think a lot of times when you see people like Tyler Perry and that road of how he got to where he is, a lot of people don't understand that actual path of what happens. You know, they don't. You know, they just see the money, they see the movies, they see the plays, they see everything. They don't see that struggle. And a lot of times, successful people have a struggle. Everybody has their own individual story, and we want to give everybody another side of his story.
Actually, it was my sister Sean, where she was in his first production, which I think is the best production he's ever done. Aside of the movies and the plays that are out there now, what I Know I've Been Changed is the absolute best.
Yes.
And I believe it's the best because it was written out of hurt. It was written out of his pain. It was written out of his trials. So that show was his triumph. And that's the thing I think that makes it so great. But Sean was a part of the original cast of that show. And she opened the show with I Know I've Been Changed, which is her single. And it didn't do so well. But the second time around, when he tried it again and got with some great producers and rewrote some things, I believe, I was fortunate to be a part of the cast along with Sean. And from there, the rest is history. The rest is history. So I wouldn't say that we had something to do with his success, but we were fortunate to be a part of the foundation of it.
But yeah.